this clip is gonna be super dark. My bad. But I finished the matcha brownie. I brought the singular best one I could find. Very beautiful. It was in the fridge for like 48 hours, so let's give her a try. This was the brownie. Very beautiful. The texture is very cakey. But it's very soft and moist. It definitely tastes like more of a high-end pastry that one would probably have at one of those fancy cafes like the one I mentioned earlier. But overall, I give the recipe really a good rating, and also considering I used a pretty low-grade matcha, it turned out really well. It's also not super sweet, which is good. Honestly, if I had to rate it between mine and the other one, I think they're relatively the same, to be honest with you. I also feel like, I don't know, the texture is really something else. I don't know if that's very visible, but it's super flaky and layery. I really like it though. I enjoyed it. I've done some more thinking and updates. I finally got to do my makeup today. I went to a new church. I don't know, I've just been in a really mindset the last couple of days about gratitude and what that means. And I think I have been thinking a lot about, you know, seasons in which we have to wait, and what the difference is between, you know, waiting and still having gratitude, and waiting and just kind of being impatient, and how that's called idleness, and how in seasons of idleness you don't grow, and instead you grow to be more negative. I don't particularly think, well, actually that's a lie. I think within the last 2 months I have finally grown to have the urge of like thinking about marriage a lot, especially because my you know, career is gonna start soon and all that. And so I don't think I'm too eager about it. It's just been something on my mind. But I guess that would be considered a season of waiting. And so in this season of waiting to see if it's God's will to have that in my life, and if it is, on his timing, of course. But in this season, instead of just being like, well, when is this man gonna show up, I can use the time to grow as an individual. To prepare my heart, because that in itself is a ministry. Marriage is a ministry. Love is not enough. When two people, you know, decide to become one, it takes a lot more than just, you know, the honeymoon phase. There'll be obstacles and trials and tribulations. And so I think even now in this season of quote-unquote waiting, I can see how the Lord is preparing my heart within just friendships and what that means. Today I was thinking about, you know, how my best friend Tahina, she has her other friends, you know, and how sometimes I feel a little bit sad if she goes out with her friends, and let's say I don't go out with my other friends and I stay in. And that in itself was like kind of a revelation of like that I shouldn't feel sad, because I shouldn't depend on another person every single waking moment, you know. I need to learn to be content being lonely, and also the fact is I'm never alone, you know. Well, just a lot to think about, but I'm glad I have the privilege to think about these things and to not be rushed, and to get to do things on my own time and make silly little matcha brownies. But we'll see. We'll see what this season has in store for me. But I just can't wait to continue growing. and seeing, you know, where the Lord takes me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this random little episode of me making these brownies and talking about my life and my seasons and what I've been learning. It was very fun to do, and you guys got a pretty view. But we'll see what I cook up on the next.